For the first time in many of our lives, not all, but in most of our lives as Americans, we are being tested in the macro, and you cannot tune out. You have to rise to the occasion. Nobody guaranteed a non-tested life in the social sphere. We had reason to believe that it would continue. There were a bunch of professors at the University of Minnesota, which, like almost everything official in Minnesota, has been corrupted morally and intellectually by the left. It's an amazing story. There was a panel discussion from Minnesota to Palestine. Get an idea of what it's about? From Minnesota to Palestine, a pair of University of Minnesota professors, this is from the College Fix, which reports on what happens at colleges. One of whom called for the destruction of the United States as we know it. Well, Barack Obama called for the destruction of the United States as we know it. Fundamentally transform is very similar to destroy. What you intend to build may not be destruction, but you intend to destroy what exists. I don't know the difference between destroy and fundamentally transform. The United States sought to fundamentally transform Germany during World War II, to fundamentally transform Japan during World War II. Now, I guess it's not the same, but it's destroy what existed then. So this is, if you will, this is a step further than fundamentally transform, but it is on that spectrum. The Red Nation, have you heard of that before? The Red Nation is, quote, dedicated to the liberation of native peoples from capitalism and colonialism, according to its website, hosted the event. Alpha News reports American Indian Studies professor Melanie Yazzie, Y-A-Z-Z or Z-Z-I-E. I prefer Z to Z. What do you prefer? You know what? I knew you would not have a preference. As I posed the question. A co-founder of the Red Nation told the audience, "I hope that you seek to dismantle the United States. The United States, also built on stolen land like the settler nation of Israel, does not have the authority to speak in this place and on this land," Yazzie said. Is she being paid by public funds? Wow. This suffering that she endures because she is the descendant of Native Americans, American Indians. I presume she is. She's getting paid a nice salary for very, very, very little work. Professors, on average, do not work hard. They have few hours. They have long vacations. She contributes nothing whatsoever to society and gets paid a nice salary. And she wants to destroy it. What does she think she'll do in the new society? No capitalism.
She says it in the last paragraph.
Oh, she does? Okay, fine. I'll continue.
Second to last paragraph.
The goal is to dismantle the settler project that is the United States. So, what does that mean? That we settled. So no one should have come to the Americas. By the way, if the United States is a settler state, so is Canada, Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Panama, Nicaragua, Colombia, Uruguay, Argentina, Brazil. Is my point clear? What modern nation is not a settler state? Why aren't European countries settler states? The left is sick, is morally sick. If you have a child who has been poisoned by this evil ideology, my heart breaks for you. It is hard to know whether they will return to goodness. It's hard to know. It's hard to know whether you should stand firm and state your case, because you don't want to further alienate them. But of course, they're the alienators. Hey, Dad, everything you stand for sucks. Well, that's quite something. And therefore, you do. That's what they have been taught about you at college. And probably high school. The Red Nation's Principles of Unity section states we are anti-capitalist and anti-colonial. Why are they anti-capitalist? I know because they're Marxist. Okay. But what's wrong with capitalism? It has lifted more people out of poverty than anything else by some exponential factor. We are indigenous feminists who believe in radical relationality. There's a new one, radical relationality. If any of you compose jingles, I'd like you to compose a jingle on radical relationality, because it has an inherent ring to it.